we may as well kick off the introductions here. I'm sure more folks may sign on, but appreciate everybody joining us today for the Chamber of Commerce Tuesday Talk. If you have not participated in Tuesday Talk or heard about us before, we hold these Tuesday Talks semi-regular throughout the year as we have topics and other speakers and things lined up. And I know a couple folks just joined in. Thanks for joining us. We're just kicking off the introduction here. So yeah, Tuesday Talks is a series the Chamber runs that's aimed at being, educational and trying to provide some value to our business owners as far as, topics of interest and bringing in typically a panel discussion. This is a little bit of a unique one, being that the Chamber will be presenting on some efforts that we have going on, but we thought it would be a great idea to try to put together a session to focus on Small Business Saturday, of course, coming up very soon, and provide those quick tips and engage in a conversation about what everybody has going on. So we do record our Tuesday Talks so that we can share this afterward as well for folks who are not able to join. So I just want to note that we are recording the session. We are going to basically just kind of run through some quick updates from the Chamber and make sure everybody's informed on some efforts that we have going on for this Small Business Saturday holiday shopping season. And we're going to also be joined by Sue Kellogg, who has been working with us on some of those efforts. And then we're going to turn it over to Courtney Curatolo and her team from the Small Business Development Center, who also are a great resource and have been a great partner with us this last year especially, and they will offer some ideas and tips as well. And then I'm hoping that if anybody has questions or, ideas, different things maybe to share with the group, it'd be great if we just kind of have a little bit of a roundtable discussion after, if folks are willing. So with that, I'm Dan Heitzenreiter, President and CEO of the Chautauqua County Chamber of Commerce. I have a few folks joining from our team. You see on video there, Sheila Webster, Carrie Swanson, video just started, and then Becky Vody as well is on the call. And as I have kind of put it recently in a few conversations, I think Small Business Saturday for the small business community, for the Chamber of Commerce and others, is sort of like our Super Bowl, right? The holiday shopping season is incredibly important as far as driving consumer spending local and boosting your sales through, the final push of the year here so that we capture those dollars. And you've probably heard the statistic, but I always like to throw it out there. American Express, who spearheads a lot of the Small Business Saturday efforts nationally, has completed various studies, and they've shown that 67 cents of every dollar spent at a local business stays local. That is when you are maybe paying your wages, your employees' wages, you're paying your rent, you're using local vendors, you're buying dance classes for your kids. So it's a significant impact when a consumer spends their dollar local. And obviously those numbers are much lower when folks shop big box or online as far as how much of their dollar stays in their local community. So with that, I also want to cover off the top as well that we have a fantastic sponsor for today's Tuesday Talk as well, and we appreciate that support to help make these things happen and allow us to provide this free to the business community. So Small Business Development Center, who is one of our speakers today as well, thank you to the Small Business Development Center. We will launch right into it here then. So I just off the top wanted to provide a few updates on some efforts that the Chamber has going on. We are working with sorry about this, I just got a pop up. So we are working on a number of efforts and really ramping up our efforts this year, thanks to some funding that we were able to receive from the Chautauqua County Partnership for Economic Growth. And we are really excited about what that has enabled us to do, both in just basic advertising opportunities all throughout Chautauqua County to get this message in front of our consumers and our local residents and shoppers, but also some other resources that we are in process of working on to provide to the businesses who participate in our programs, like the Shop Local CHQ online marketplace and the Shop Local CHQ gift card program. We've seen tremendous growth in those programs throughout the last year and a half, as we've kind of emerged from the pandemic. So we thought it would be a great idea to give some resources to help you market your products and your participation in those programs as well. So if you're ready, Sheila, if that's okay, I'd like to turn it over to Sheila just to talk to a few of those things that we have going on.
Okay, so first let me talk about our general overall advertising plan. The chamber in a normal year actually spends very little money on advertising, and most of it has always been concentrated around the holiday shopping season and mostly around our gift card program. So this year, because of the partnership grant that Dan talked about a minute ago, we're able to do a lot more. So we have expanded some of our traditional media advertising locally. We do like to spend money locally as much as possible. We feel like we're setting an example and setting the tone there when we do that. So we do use our local media organizations to, whether it's newspaper, whether it's radio. This year, we're actually doing a little billboard advertising. We haven't done that in the past at all. So that's brand new for us. And you'll see that rolled out in the next week or so. But we do have some opportunities to spread our message a little further because of the grant money that we were able to receive. So we've added that to our traditional marketing budget, which, as I said, is quite limited, and we're expanding some of what we're doing. So the first thing that we're doing is you'll see some print ads coming out in the newspapers all throughout Chautauqua County. Those will be coming out starting tomorrow in some of their special publications pre-Thanksgiving, very focused on Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday, which I'll get to in just a moment. But I also wanted to make mention of the fact that on Thursday, on Thanksgiving Day, in both newspapers in Jamestown and Dunkirk, we will be running a full page ad featuring a list of the over 165 local participating merchants that are part of our gift card program. So this is the first time we've been able to do something like that. So the opportunity to take a full page ad, in the first place, they offered some great deals. In the second place, we had extra cash to spend. So the opportunity to do that and give each of our businesses a little lift along the way, I think is a great thing, and really gets the names of our local businesses out there in a way that we want to. So those things will be coming up in the next couple days. I'm going to see if I can share my screen. Apparently, Dan, I cannot. Can you enable screen sharing, Dan?
Just sent that over, Sheila.
Okay, so what you're looking at now is the kind of the crux of our promotional material here for the next few days. So everything we do is about shop small, shop local. We really want to encourage people to do that. That's the message. We have two promotions that are coming up immediately this coming weekend. Small Business Saturday is this Saturday, November 26th. We're asking people, and we will be promoting this on our own social media as well, to visit a small locally owned business, do a check-in on Facebook or Instagram, post a photo, and then include the hashtag ShopSmallCHQ. And when they do that, customers will be entered to win up to $500 in Shop Local CHQ gift cards. So they don't have to buy anything. There's no purchase necessary. It does not have to be a chamber member business. Any business can participate. But we are encouraging people to shop at small local businesses and be entered to win a gift card. So that is our first effort for this coming Saturday. It will be good for Saturday only. And we have several, again, we have print ads. This is a print ad actually that you're looking at that's coming out in tomorrow's newspapers. And then for Cyber Monday, I think most folks are aware at this point that the Chamber offers a platform through an organization called Shop Where I Live. We call it shoplocalchq.com. And for Cyber Monday on November 28th, we were able to take some of the partnership grant funding that we had and put it towards a promotion specific to Cyber Monday on that platform. We have, I think, 70 some businesses on that platform that offer over 300 products, and we have more being added even this week. So for Cyber Monday, the chamber money is going to allow consumers to take 20% off their total purchase when it's $200 or less, and when they use the promo code Cyber Monday. It is already in place, but it won't work until Monday. So all the back end work has been done on that. It's ready to go, ready to roll out, and we will be heavily promoting that over the next several days as well. So this is good for businesses that are selling products directly through the platform. If they only use the platform as a marketing tool and it links to their own business, the customer will not be able to get the 20% off when it links out to another site, such as their own purchase site or an Etsy site or something of that nature. So it's only for products that are actually for sale on the platform. The 20% off will be seamless to the merchant and easy for the customer. So we had to set a limit of it of $200 because we do have some vendors on the site that actually sell some high-end and more expensive items. So we would run through our entire cache there if we if we opened it up to every product. We weren't able to do that, but it's still a good promotion. I think it's very helpful. The merchant will see a 20% off, will not even see the 20% off. The chamber just picks up that cost. So the merchant will get the full value of their product. If the merchants choose to offer something special, such as free shipping for the day or some other sale prices, that's on them. They're entitled to do that. We hope they do. It helps to promote their products, but we will be covering the cost of the 20% off the products. So again, our shoplocalchq.com site acts a little bit like a local Amazon. You can buy products from multiple vendors in a single shopping cart and makes your checkout process very easy and simple. So what will happen with this Cyber Monday promotion is that when someone chooses products from vendor A and vendor B and vendor C, and their total cart is less than $200, they'll get the 20% off when they use the promo code. For the merchants end of things, the merchants will see it will actually take the 20% off each product. So we will know still how the money got parceled out for those product sales. So we'll be able to see that on the back end, but for the consumer and for the merchant, it's very seamless. So we hope that our merchants will take advantage of that. And as I said, we do have some new businesses coming online on that platform even this week. And then finally, of course, our Shop Local CHQ gift card is always available. We are working internally. Maybe some of you know that our staff has shrunk a little bit over the years. Our office space has shrunk a little bit over the years. However, we're working out a plan to actually staff up our Dunkirk office a few days a week and be there and available to sell gift cards in the Dunkirk office in the month of December. So this is something that we're working on, and we're going to roll that out very, very soon. So that's the crux of our promotional stuff. And what we want is we want our businesses that are participating in these things to actually help promote them themselves. This only benefits everyone when they do this. So if a business is on the Shop Local platform and they want to promote Cyber Monday, we encourage that strongly. We encourage you to say, buy something on my site, on our site through shoplocalchq.com and get 20% off your price, but shop at my store online while you're doing that. We want to encourage that. So I'm going to stop and see if anyone has any questions at this point.
Good deal. Thanks, Sheila. Yeah, so as you can see, we're trying to take the angle all throughout this big push here after Thanksgiving that no matter how you're shopping, shop local. So we're thinking of kind of new and different ways to do that. And again, part of our message today is that please, we want you to piggyback off of our efforts and use those efforts to boost your individual business. And I know that along with some specific tips is something that Courtney's going to cover a little bit later. But part of why we put this session together was we actually were at a meeting where somebody, one of our business owners asked us, okay, the hashtag contest for Small Business Saturday is really cool. What can I do? And so obviously that's where, again, with sharing, graphics or posts, just sharing that information and saying, hey, if you're going out shopping Small Business Saturday, make sure that you participate in this hashtag contest and come to my store, right? If you're going to come shopping and you're going to take a picture, check in and hashtag your picture on Small Business Saturday, you should do it here. So think of those different ways to do that. As Sheila said, we'll certainly have some time at the end of the session today for some Q&A and maybe some ideas. I know we had a few folks join us afterward, after we got started. So I just wanted to thank you for joining before we kind of move into the next topic. And we are recording the session so that we can share this later as well. And so let's move into the next piece that we wanted to cover. Something that I had noticed since joining the chamber, I've been here just over a year now, probably close to a year and a half. We try to run all these programs, and as Sheila mentioned, we don't have a gigantic marketing budget, so we're doing all the promotion that we can. And I think a lot of our members who take advantage of, for example, the gift card or the online platform, sort of rely on the promotion that the chamber does, and understandably, everybody's maxed out in their daily business. That's kind of the only traction that we get with promoting those programs. So we've been trying to think of and work on new ways to make it as easy as possible for our businesses to promote themselves through those platforms as well. So that was kind of the genesis of our next topic, which is focused in on the gift card program. And we worked with Sue Kellogg on some promotional materials. So just some quick background on the gift card program in case you are not aware, or even if you participate in the program. I think a lot of folks don't necessarily know the nitty-gritty details, which I guess as long as it's working, you shouldn't. But I like to kind of get this message out there because I think there are some questions or misconceptions about how the program works. So the Shop Local CHQ gift card, as you see in the picture there, is a physical gift card that the Chamber of Commerce maintains a contract with a back end, company that manages all the back end processing, and a bank. We do not make any money on the program. So when somebody comes in to buy a gift card, if they want a $25 gift card, it costs them $25. There's no fee to load the cards or anything like that, like there are with some other gift cards. We just pay a monthly fee to the company that we engage with to maintain the program. And that is why it's a member benefit. So obviously we have to recapture a little bit of that through a chamber membership. But to our vendors who do sign up and participate in the program, there is also no cost to them from the chamber. The only cost is the usual credit card processing. So if you're using Square or Clover or whatever point of sale you might be using, the card runs just like a credit card. And the only fee you pay is whatever your point of sale fee is. As I mentioned, the cards are really easy to use. We actually sell in that program about $80,000 a year in value in cards, and those cards can only be spent at Chautauqua County businesses that participate in the program. So I think Sheila mentioned real quick when she was speaking on the programs, we have now over 165 local vendors who take the gift card. which is huge. It's a great opportunity for, again, our local businesses to be in that pool for, again, $80,000 a year. And it's also a great opportunity for some of our larger businesses or maybe service-based businesses to use these cards as an employee bonus, a safety bonus, gifts for their clients if they do that. So that way they can give those consumers the gift of choice. They can use this at a number of places. They're not locked into a certain retailer or something, but also support local, right? So they can say, hey, we care about supporting local, but we do want to give you options with, maybe your holiday gift. So here it is. So now that I've covered that, what we've been working with Sue on is what I've been calling a toolkit for our Shop Local CHQ gift card program. So the idea behind this, and Sheila, I gave you, are you going to be able to share, or do I need to enable screen share for you, Sue? Can't remember. I'll see if I can do that. Because we are working on, so anyway, we're working on some materials that are designed to be both usable right out of the gate for folks who take the gift card, but also customizable if you wish to customize those. So again, we're actually, to cover right up front as well, we're waiting on approval from the company that we work with. They have to sign off on our promotional materials before we release them. But we wanted to get this out in front of everybody so that as soon as we do get approval, you'll be able to take the toolkit and start using it right away through the holiday season. So basically, if you want to do something as simple as take the graphics that we're going to have ready to roll, and you can use those in your social media posts, you can use them in your email newsletter. If you do one of those, you could use them in advertisements that you may want to run. They're going to be generic enough that just say, hey, I accept the Shop Local CHQ gift card. If you just got one of these from your employer or from a friend or neighbor who bought one for you this holiday season, come spend it here. It can be as simple as that. And then the other cache of graphics that are going to be available will have space where you could customize those. If you'd like to add your logo, if you'd like to add other information, you're welcome to do that. And those will be downloadable right in Canva too. I know a lot of folks use Canva as a somewhat quick and easy graphic design tool. So we'll have those enabled there as well, where you could go ahead and add your logo and customize it a little bit. And then another one that Sue did, just to cover real quick as well, is I think you called it a button or something like that. And I like that as well. So that'll be just like a really small graphic that says, we accept the Shop Local CHQ gift card, whatever exact text we put on there. But that'll be nice too, because then if you want to just add that again to kind of really any advertising you want to do, or posters you may create, whatever style of marketing you use, you'd be able to even just put that button on there so that it's just always in front of people, and they'll start to know and associate that, hey, your business takes that gift card. So if and when they have a gift card, they want to spend it there. So I'm going to try to make you co-host, Sue. I can't remember if we need to share anything or not, but certainly you could talk to the materials and how folks could use those. All right, we are seeing your screen, Sue, but you are muted.
Sue, you're muted, so we can't hear you.
Mute. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
We've got it.
Okay. Two options that we put together as Dan was explaining in Canva for you to work with for social media posts. The first is ready to go. You don't need to add anything, but I did give you I think 6 different options for the background. So you can I'm scrolling through here, and you'll be able to scroll through and choose which graphic you want, whether it's food or packages, some more generic Christmassy, wintry looking things, some business looking things, some sort of local images for you to work with. And that, I don't know how familiar you are with Canva, but you'll be getting a instruction sheet as well. But you can download, just in the top right-hand corner, there's an option to share, and you're able to download the graphic onto your hard drive and upload from there, or you can launch that directly onto social media from icons that are there and just link right to your page. And it gives you a choice there to choose which page, which one of these graphics you're choosing to place on your page. So that's the ready to go one. Just a little bit, and that's just called Shop Local CHQ. And then there's the option to add in your logo. Same background graphics, but you'll see that the We Accept Shop Local CHQ is at the bottom, and a space for you to place your logo and download from there. Same backgrounds, but just that opportunity if you're ready to do that. Actually, if you wanted to, even if you didn't want to put your logo in, you could just type in your name of your business to be tailoring it a little bit to what you do. And then obviously you'll upload that onto your page, and the details will be in the text that you write with your post. And then the other piece that Dan was talking about was this button or bug that you can use to place in any advertising or in your newsletter, anywhere you want. And I believe that the chamber will be sharing that. And I sent it to them a number of different formats. So there's a PDF, there's a PNG, there's a JPEG, depending upon what you're working with. Should be good to go. All following the look of the graphics that are on the card, of course. So any questions? And these are all locked. The backgrounds on these are locked. So you don't need to worry about how anything getting out of place. You just need to go to your uploads and take your logo and place it. I don't know if I need to give more definition. I don't know how familiar people are with Canva. Canva's super easy to use if you haven't done it before. Any questions?
Awesome. Thanks, Sue. I should have asked just right off the top too, in case anybody on the call doesn't know who you are, if you don't mind introducing yourself here and your company.
Sure. My name's Sue Kellogg. I'm a graphic designer. Worked in the area for many years with all kinds of businesses and a lot in tourism and such. I do everything from print to web design and a lot of branding and such. So it's great to be working with the chamber on this project.
Great. Thanks, Sue. So as Sue mentioned as well, please, if you have questions pop up, send them in the chat or chime in, and we will turn it over to Courtney from SBDC here in a minute. And then after that, we'll just kind of have open forum, open dialogue. But Scott's question specific to the graphics here, where are those going to be available for download? So the plan right now is that those will be available for download on Canva. So I believe anybody, even if you don't use Canva, will be able to download from there. But obviously, if you do use Canva in your day-to-day business and kind of graphic design, they'll be available for you to, again, place logos or wording, whatever you want to do there. They are not currently available, as I mentioned off the top of that discussion, as we just await the final approval from our partner, but we did want to cover this to get it out there in front so that when we are ready to launch, given that we're into the holiday shopping season, really, they'll be ready to go. So with that, thank you, Sue, much appreciated. As I mentioned, Small Business Development Center is a great partner and a great resource for local businesses, and graciously agreed to participate today and give some information on their services and some quick tips as well as you're working on your holiday promotions for Small Business Saturday and beyond. So I will turn it over to Courtney Curatolo.
Thank you. I appreciate it. First, I want to apologize. I'm losing my voice. So hopefully we'll get through it and my nasally voice won't be too irritating. But I am Courtney Curatolo. I'm the director of the Small Business Development Center. We provide free and confidential business guidance to any small business in Chautauqua, Cattaraugus, or Allegheny County. And in the United States, any small business is a business with under 500 employees. So 98% of the businesses in our region are considered small businesses. We provide help with business planning, marketing, cost projections, budgeting, financial planning, permitting, tax issues, you name it, we can help you. Really, the one thing we can't help with is legal advice, but we are happy to refer you to an attorney for any of those issues. We can help you determine which type of business you should be setting up and how to go about doing that. So I welcome anybody to reach out to us and set up a meeting with one of our advisors who can work with you one-on-one, really focus on your industry and help you succeed in any of the goals that you have set for yourselves. We also have an online business academy. Most of the classes on our online business academy are free of charge. Some of the courses we have are website design on different platforms, how to incorporate e-commerce into your website, succession planning, you name it. We've got a lot of programs on there. We also have 2 certification programs. Both certifications are provided by Jamestown Community College. And I'm sorry, I just saw my name in the chat box. So, oh, excuse me. So yes, we do work with nonprofits as well as small businesses. So if you are a nonprofit, please feel free to reach out to us. After I'm done talking, I'll put our website in the chat box so you can go to our website. But we have 2 certification programs. One is focused on social media and all the different platforms. And one we just released in September, it's an Entrepreneurship Essentials certification program. It covers all of the basics of entrepreneurship, from legal matters, financial matters, design issues, really market research, you name it. It's about 4.5 hours. It's online, so you can take it at your convenience. And it is $195. However, any chamber member can reach out to us and get a $50 gift certificate towards this entrepreneurship certification. So we are offering that discount. Excuse me. We also have a women in networking program that's on the 2nd Thursday of every month. So I welcome the women on here today to join us at our next Women in Networking. We're not going to have one in December, but our next session will be on January 12th, and it will focus on marketing. So with that being said, we just wanted to give some quick tips on how to get ready for Small Business Saturday and really get ready for the holiday season to make sure that you're bringing in as much revenue as you can for your small business. One thing I would recommend is really making sure people know that you're open on Saturday. About a week and a half ago, some of the team members from the SBDC went and did a walkabout in downtown Jamestown. We went to several businesses and provided some information about Small Business Saturday. And we realized that about 1/3 of the businesses, we could not tell from the sidewalk if the business was open or not. So I want to really stress, put out a sign that you're open, make sure the lights are on, put out a sandwich board on the sidewalk that showcases that you're open. Make sure people know to come on in. You know, so many times businesses just prop their doors open. However, we're in the middle of winter. We just had a storm. I'm sure you don't want to do that. So really, I want to stress, make sure that people can tell that your business is open. Also, in terms of social media, you might want to have a contest. And this is something that's very easy to do. One idea is create a post and say in the post, if you share this, your name will be entered in a drawing that will be selected on Saturday, for example, and you can give out a $20 gift certificate to your business or a $20 gift certificate to another business to support other local businesses. And tell people if they share the post, then they'll be entered into this drawing. So there's really easy things that you can do to promote your business on social media. I also want to recommend tagging other businesses in your area so that you can really market each other. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Scott and Beth in my office, and they're going to provide some other tips to the trade to help you on Small Business Saturday.
Thanks, Courtney. I don't really have prepared remarks. I'm the senior advisor at SBDC, and along with other things, I guess it means I'm the oldest member of the SBDC staff. I just want to, I guess, remind everyone, to create the best possible experience and make it an event. And at this hour, I'm sure there's not a lot of time to do a lot of additional planning, but, you're going to have a lot of people there, maybe for the first time, or certainly your numbers are going to be higher. So do what you can to make that very special. Again, the idea of Courtney's floating with special promotions, refreshments, decor, making it easy for people, probably having certainly extra staffing, maybe small gifts or advertising promotions that are going to keep reminding them. I think that, for me, I think if we all put ourselves in the steps of a consumer, a lot of times I don't really feel inspired for the holidays until I go somewhere. So take advantage of the ability to help your visitors ideate and try to inspire them while they're there. There's going to be, again, a lot of extra people there, so take advantage of that platform and put your promotions out there for next year. The early part of the, after the first of the year, you maybe are going to be doing some things to create some traffic in the slower months. So take advantage of, having extra people around to kickstart those promotions and collect emails and, feed the pipeline for next year. And, I guess the last thing I kind of think about this time of year, while you're very busy, at some point as the busyness, wanes down, or if, towards the beginning of the year, try to assess and evaluate what's been effective for you with your marketing plan in general, and make sure that you have a good marketing plan in place. Resist the temptation to maybe shrink your marketing budget with the economy being bad. I think it's more important than ever probably to invest your time and some dollars to keep your marketing message, and especially the niche that you're focusing on, to keep that present in everything that you're doing. So I guess that's really all. I didn't prepare a lot. I didn't know how we were going to do it. So that's some of my thoughts.
Well, that was excellent. Okay, I got my next. So Scott Miller, Small Business Development Center. Yeah, I think that I would piggyback a little bit on what Courtney said, is really just letting people know you're open. And, she's talking about physically in the storefront location, but I think you could do on social media very similar things. If you update your Google business listing, you can update your hours there. And also do the same thing with Facebook. You can update your hours, you can update your photos. And the nice thing about that is a lot of times when you do that, that goes right to the top of your followers' feeds. You could also try going live if you've never done a live post, whether that's Facebook or other social media that you use. I would say maybe practice a little bit before that, what you want to say. I also think just a nice friendly hello and a welcome to my store, that also I think can't be downplayed at all. Just that friendly reminder, hey, thanks for coming in. I think everything everyone said about promoting, cross promoting, maybe the business, you get to go to the business next to you or across the street, share each other's post. I think if you're taking advantage of the chamber gift cards, Dan mentioned about $80,000 of those are sold each year. So I mean, I would do everything I could to, get as many of those $80,000 as I can. I think that's roughly about $500 per business if it was all spent evenly through the number of participants. But maybe there's some things you can do, especially with just putting that out there. Those, I mean, you're getting some pre-made promotional materials, and I would take advantage of those any way you can on social media. I think, as Beth said, maybe offer some snacks, just be warm and welcoming. And some of the other things that Beth said, I think what I was going to do too is I would also start promoting and thinking about your post right through, New Year's and Christmas, right into the next couple seasons. So we'd be happy to talk to anyone about any of their ideas and, help you with any kind of planning, promotion, generating ideas. So thank you and happy Thanksgiving.
Awesome. Thanks, Courtney, Beth, and Scott. And, definitely some great points in there and some things I hadn't necessarily thought of either, as far as the cross promotion within your local area, something that we, or at least I talk about, in some of the, sort of economic development circles is looking at other businesses in your community or your main street as concentration versus competition. And I think that's critically important with Small Business Saturday, as Courtney and Beth and Scott were talking about, of creating an atmosphere and creating it like an experience for the consumer, right? That's what sets Small Business Saturday and supporting local apart from just going to a big box store or shopping online is, you can make a day of it. And we certainly encourage consumers to do that in the run up here to Small Business Saturday. Plan that you're going to go to a half a dozen local stores and stop for lunch with your family or friends who you may be shopping with. So, back to Beth's point too is, hey, maybe suggest that to your customers right on your Facebook page, right? Like, oh, hey, we hope you'll stop in today. And, maybe while you're out, you want to grab lunch at so-and-so who's right next door here or a couple blocks down. So a lot of great opportunity there, really, as a good point in, making this an event, which is what we are all trying to do. And American Express is trying to do on the national level to get people excited and get them in that holiday spirit. So all right. So I just want to, we'll kind of open it up here in the remaining minutes. Appreciate everybody joining us. We did have a couple questions in the chat that I think have mostly been answered, but I'll kind of run through those very quickly. The first question was about copies of the ads that the chamber had prepared for this weekend. And as Sheila noted in the chat, we will house those somewhere on our website. So we'll get that done real quick here, and we'll send that out via email to the folks who registered for the meeting today. So if you'd like to just kind of use those on your site, that's fine. We had a question about how chamber members, and I'll expand this to say even non-members who may be interested in the gift card program. So to sign up for that program, it's really easy. We actually help facilitate that. All of our staff, our coordinators in the various communities. If somebody wants to sign up for the program, we come out. We have actually a test card that we swipe on your point of sale system, which gets your point of sale system into the system with the company that manages the program for us. It does take a few days. I mean, we usually tell people up to a week, but obviously in the holiday season here, we'll do everything we can to process those and get them to that company as quick as possible. And they're usually pretty good about a turnaround again within just a couple days. We'll reach back out to you and say, hey, you're live. You can start taking cards. We'll put some promotion on our social media and things to say we have a new vendor taking cards. And then you can kind of go from there. So it is a pretty simple process that we really kind of shepherd through. Scott's question about where we download again. The graphics that we worked on with Sue as a toolkit for our vendors is we're awaiting approval. I did want to know, and I kind of thought of this when Scott was speaking as well. I shouldn't say even though, just assuming at this point on Tuesday before Small Business Saturday, we may not have approval and have those released by this weekend. Certainly, though, I'm not going to stop anybody from putting a post up yourself if you'd like to, include that again in information you might put out there to your customers on social media and things. If you say, hey, by the way, if you know about the Shop Local CHQ gift card, we take those cards, certainly any promotion you'd like to do, on your own until we get those graphics out, please do so. The question about who SBDC works with. So as Courtney mentioned, any small business, nonprofit, et cetera, in the region here. And then a couple helpful links there. Thanks, Leslie, for joining and participating. And I guess with that, I'll just, before we go, throw it out. Anybody have any questions? Or I would also say if anybody has any plans that they want to share and think could be beneficial to others, or ideas you want to discuss, just an open call to do so. George says that Museum Store Sunday is this Sunday after Small Business Saturday. So please check out all of our local museums. And that is a great notice, George.
I would like to throw in a couple things if I could, and just to piggyback on some things that both Scott and Beth were talking about. Google listings for your business, vital, extremely important. If you haven't claimed your Google listing, you should do that immediately, today. Don't waste time. People are carrying their phone around in their pocket. They're looking for a place to go to eat, to shop, to whatever. If you haven't claimed your Google listing, someone does a Google search, they're not going to find you. Or maybe they'll find you and your data won't be correct if someone else has claimed your Google listing. Don't let that happen to you. Claim your Google listing. It's vital. And Beth also mentioned collecting email addresses. So if you're not using a direct email campaign to help market your business, we strongly encourage you to do that. I think that we have found through the chamber that it's very helpful. I know that when we put out an email about an upcoming event, for example, we get some immediate responses and registrations, immediate. So even though email can be a little wonky sometimes, a little touchy, I do strongly recommend that people use some kind of direct email marketing when they can. Through the chamber, we can help get you set up with a discount through Constant Contact. We still have a program in place for that. So contact us if you're looking to do that. We're happy to assist. So those are kinds of things I wanted to add. We will be posting a lot of this material on our website. We have a page for Small Business Saturday on our site already. We will be updating it with a lot of this information, and the stuff that Sue has created will be there as well for you to easily download if you just want to, post without creating something in Canva. We'll put the things there that are easy for you to download and use, even if you're not going to work in Canva on it. So all this stuff will be housed on that page.
Great. Thanks, Sheila. I would add
and my other quick recommendation, touch base with our local media because they want to be helpful as well.
Absolutely. And we do have a number of local media on the call as well. So thank you. That's a good point for, your support of our business community through the services you provide, and being a champion, always appreciated. I just wanted to add to, again, Sheila's comments that kind of added to Scott's as well on the Google listing. Also critical, I think for your Facebook as well, check that information on your page and make sure that it's up to date. I don't know if they're still doing it, but for a time there, I had noticed just checking Facebook pages, Facebook was giving an option for just anybody who visited a page to change a store's hours. It would give a pop-up that was like, are these hours for this store correct? Click here. And we actually encountered a couple local businesses who said, I didn't change my store hours. Somebody else must have went in and changed them. And Facebook just took the consumer's word for it. So you definitely want to check there. And I just my consumer habit, actually for a small business, usually I'm going to their Facebook page first before I'm Googling. A lot of times it's just quick and easy. I know where the button is to look for the hours and everything. So both of those pieces are definitely really important to make sure are up to date really all the time. You want to be checking those. So good reminders there. Any last call? I'm just going to do an awkward pause for questions until it's too awkward to wait.
I was just gonna
Mhm.
pipe in real quick. I did already talk to Adrian about typing her gift card. So if you are looking to have your gift card swiped, please let me know and I'd be happy to stop by and do that. I've been telling everybody with the holiday, I don't know how long, so it may be next week, but we can definitely get it in and hopefully it'll be through by Friday.
Great. Thanks, Carrie. So I just dropped my email in the chat there. Certainly, please reach out to any of us. And I know SBDC put their URL and registration, all that. So please feel free to reach out to anybody who has questions. Scott, did you have
Oh,
something?
I was gonna say, if you, on the, I didn't know I was muted, sorry. If you have never, done a boost on a post on Facebook, or maybe, if you're on Instagram or something, now maybe time to also try that for $5-10, you can hit a whole new audience, and it's quite cheap, and and also something to kind of like to test and see if it works, and and like, did you get anybody new in, or so yeah, for a couple bucks on Facebook and Instagram, I mean, you can do some low cost marketing, and you can target who you want those to go to too.
Great. Thanks, Scott. All right. Any last call for questions?
Dan, we've had some problems with folks using the cards. They actually had expired, and I just wondered if things had kind of calmed down with that, because we get so busy, and when they have problems with that card, it just is rough on everyone. And I
Yeah,
didn't know if
thanks.
there was anything that we can do beforehand to get it a little better set for folks.
Yeah, thanks, Julie. So I'll just give a quick quick update on that. So we did send the Chamber sent a communication to our merchants who take the Shop Local gift card, and we are again just awaiting approval for an actual press release we're going to send out. So for those on the call, and especially those that may take the gift card, a good reminder. The situation that we ran into is, and I don't have the old card on me right here, but actually I've got the card carrier. So the old design of our gift card was a family like this, that photo. And that family, those original gift cards that we ordered, the gift cards had like a 5 to 7 year or so expiration date on them. The funds never expire. So the funds themselves are still good, but the card expires because and this is a good update too. If you ever have an issue like swiping the card, it's not going, you can always try to type in the information just like any other credit card. But of course, to do that or to use the card online, you need an expiration date. So all of the old cards with the picture of the family, the plastic has expired. So if somebody comes into your business and tries to use a card with the family, it's not going to work. Direct them to us, and you can just explain, hey, you have to contact the chamber. The plastic expired, but your funds are still good. If you contact the chamber, they can transfer your funds to a new gift card. The new style gift card, which you saw in the promotions and things that we shared, which is just a plain white gift card with with the logo, you can those are all good. So if you use a plain white gift card and it doesn't process, the person should call the phone number to check their balance. Maybe they already spent their funds. So again, we really want to get that news out there, and we are ready. We already can process a transfer. So again, if somebody comes in and tries to use an old card, tell them to contact us. Keep it as easy as possible. I hope they don't give you any guff. If they do, send them to me. So we can do those transfers anytime. It's just, again, spreading the word with a formal press release. We have to wait for the approval from the bank that we work with. So as soon as we get that, we're going to get that out there as well. But we did send a note to all of our merchants who take the card, and certainly good reminder to spread to anybody on the call here. Does that help answer, Julie, or does anybody else have questions?
Does that, it takes time for them, like if they're standing in front of me and their card has expired, for them to contact you at that point, can you give them a number or anything that they can use in front of us, or do they need to physically have a new card in their hand in order for that to work?
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the case. So we actually have to take possession of the old card, and we have to again in our loading system we can transfer that right over. We're as Sheila mentioned actually earlier on the call, and we kind of just moved on, but we're working on setting up some staff hours in the Dunkirk office that we have at JCC North as well through the month of December, so that we can also make it as easy as possible for folks. I didn't want a situation where like, you have an expired card and you have to drive all the way to Jamestown or whatever that might be. So we're gonna, again, when we get that announcement out, talk about the process a little more. It is pretty quick and easy, but they are gonna have to come to us. But we also, with our coordinators, again, probably not every situation, but we are willing to sometimes kind of deliver cards as well, like especially those corporate orders, where a company may have a number of cards that they want to get changed out.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you. Adrian put in the chat, is the card used year round? So yes, absolutely. That card's used year round. As I mentioned, we do about $80,000 a year in sales of gift cards. So that's floating out there right now. And actually think about that as a cumulative amount as well. Certainly we want to get those cards into people's hands and people spend them, but they don't spend them right away always. So there's more than that amount in circulation right now waiting to be spent at your local business. That sounds a lot like a commercial, but it's the truth. And another, kind of a nuts and bolts reminder too, but Julie, if you ever change your point of sale system too, or if any of our merchants change, we do need to reswipe you. So obviously, like if you were using Square and you switch to something else or whatever that might be, just give us a call. We'll come back out, we'll swipe your new point of sale and we'll get you going. So.
I
Anybody?
do just a real quick shout out to some of our community chambers. I know we have some folks on the line, and the SBDC was so great to talk about making sure your business looks like it's open. In Jamestown, for example, Carrie Swanson's been running a holiday window decorating contest in full swing. Some of the windows look fabulous. I hope you'll stop down and look at them. Same thing going on in Westfield. There's a holiday window decorating contest in Westfield. I know that for Small Business Saturday in Dunkirk, the city of Dunkirk is doing a nice little vendor market and some other special things going on this coming Saturday. Fredonia has some special things for businesses coming up. They're organizing a hot toddy crawl, and they're focused on Miracle on Main the following week as well. So they're going to do a full small business week. So a lot of great things going on in the communities as well around Chautauqua County.
Awesome. Thanks, Sheila. All right. Well, it is 9:30. I like to try to keep things right on time and let everybody get back to their day. So thanks again for joining us. And thank you to the Small Business Development Center as well for sponsoring this session. And look forward to working with you on some other education opportunities in the new year. I know we've had some talks, but as mentioned when their team was talking, any questions you may have, please reach out to them. They are such a great resource, free and confidential for our business community. So certainly if it's maybe questions about advertising and how to promote yourself, or if you've got other business issues or questions, reach out. So thank you so much. Again, thanks everybody for joining. Have a great Thanksgiving week and happy Small Business Saturday.
Thank you.